want to thank everybody, first and foremost, for just celebrating with us. Tracy was my everything. She was my...
Before Tracy Braxton passed away, she took some drastic measures to ensure her wishes were followed after her death. According to her will, she named her son, Kevin Jor, as the personal representative of her estate. What does that mean? Kevin Jr. was in charge of handling Tracy's funeral expenses, any debts related to her illness, and making decisions about her estate. The will also outlined Tracy's funeral arrangements: one viewing, followed by cremation, and she did not want any appearances from her organizations, Zeta Beta Sari Incorporated or the Order of the Eastern Stars. In another shocking move, Tracy put Kevin Jr. in charge of deciding what she wore for the viewing, and even who would be on the guest list. But that's not all. The will confirmed that Kevin Jr. would also take over the management of Tracy's brand and likeness when he felt ready. Meanwhile, Kevin Sr. was given a diamond ring, certain bank accounts, and real estate properties, along with the remains of Tracy's niece, Lauren Braxton. Most of Tracy's estate, however, was left to Kevin Jr. This decision shocked many, especially when rumors began circulating that Tracy had made changes to her will because of her strained relationship with her husband, Kevin Sr. Allegedly, Tracy left almost everything to Kevin Jr. after discovering that her husband's actions, particularly his infidelity, may have contributed to her illness. So, why did Tracy leave her sisters out of the will? Well, according to various reports, it's because she never felt supported by them. Allegedly, Tracy's sisters treated her poorly throughout the years, and some people claim that this mistreatment caused Tracy to feel like an outcast in her own family. In fact, many fans have pointed to instances where the Braxton sisters nitpicked Tracy, such as the time they visited her.
Absolutely saw the episode. So this is the illegitimate child situation. So I told you earlier, I have a daughter. Mm-hmm. And so at that time, remember I told you earlier also, I used to work a lot. Mm-hmm. So when Tracy and them started doing the show, I eased up on work, and then I was home more, and I was taking care of, like my home. So my grandson used to spend a lot of time with me. My grandson is Zaire for my daughter. So Zaire used to come over the house, and my favorite spot, Sherelle, is Starbucks. So me and him would go to Starbucks, and we would partake in my venti chai, and we had fun. But he was hyper, so he was all over the place. So this girl saw me at Starbucks, and she put it on Twitter that I'm in the Starbucks with a child. And I guess the rumor went from there. So my sister-in-law Tawanda had got with Tracy
and complained about the food she made. It seemed as if Tracy was constantly being sidelined and treated unfairly. This resentment was evident when the Braxtons premiered their show, with viewers noticing that Tracy seemed like the only sister who didn't really fit in. Many say the family's mistreatment of Tracy could have been a major factor in why she didn't leave them in charge of anything when it came to her estate. Now, let's talk about Kevin Jr. For anyone who's been keeping up with the Braxton family drama, you'll know that Kevin Jr. has had a difficult time adjusting after his mother's death. During the first episode of the latest season, Kevin revealed that he was also going through a divorce from his wife, Olivia Heron, after years of marriage. He said he was blindsided by the separation, which only added to the overwhelming grief of losing his mom. In another scene, Trina Braxton talked about the strained relationship between Kevin Jr. and Kevin Sr. during this challenging time. She mentioned that the two didn't talk as often as she would have expected, given their shared grief. But the drama didn't stop there. In episode 7, Kevin Jr. opened up about how the divorce from Olivia was one of the toughest challenges of the year.
We're trying to do is just good friends with the family around me that help uplift me. So that's been my number one thing. And I'm also, doing my own kind of therapy too, so to help me, with my data.
Leaving him feeling completely blindsided. To make matters worse, during a grief counseling session, Kevin was found unresponsive after taking a lunch break. When the production team went to check on him, they found him on the floor. The incident was alarming, and once he regained consciousness, the crew called Tawanda Braxton to check on him. Later, it was revealed that Kevin Jr. had suffered a seizure, which he reportedly began experiencing after his mother's death. This episode highlighted the intense struggles Kevin Jr. has been facing after losing his mom, and it seemed like his grief was manifesting in serious health issues. If things weren't messy enough, footage began circulating showing a confrontation between Kevin Sr. and Kevin Jr.
His father, Kevin Sr., locked in a heated argument. In the clip, you can hear Kevin Jr. repeatedly saying, "You told me no," while Kevin Sr. fires back, calling him a liar and even blaming him for Tracy's cancer.
It seemed like Kevin Sr. was giving his son a hard time, calling him a liar and blaming him for Tracy's cancer. Kevin Jr. was heard saying repeatedly, "You told me no," before Kevin Sr. lashed out. The argument highlighted the troubled relationship between father and son, with many speculating that Kevin Sr. was upset because Tracy had left her son in charge of the estate rather than him. Adding fuel to the fire, Kevin Sr. recently took to Instagram to speak out about the Braxton family's treatment of him. He expressed his frustration with the way his late wife's family had treated him, claiming that they were disrespecting him publicly and capitalizing on Tracy's death. In fact, Kevin revealed that the Braxton sisters had publicly criticized him for planning a funeral, even though Tracy had specifically requested a viewing and a memorial service.